Desirability and the concept of principles. I remember back in medical school, in our fourth year when we were choosing where to go to residency, one friend was surprised he didn't get into the university of his choice. Huh. A month after that, he told me he figured it out. So they didn't pick him because he didn't pick them. What he means is that he forgot to send a thank you letter. It was there in his draft folder, but he just hadn't clicked send. And because of the way it works, because of wanting to maintain their eliteness, if you didn't express interest, they weren't going to rank you because they didn't want to pick somebody who may not pick them. But doesn't it make sense that you just want to pick the best candidates? They may pick you, they may not. You may miss some, like this one, who forgot to respond. What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is desirability goes two ways. Remember I was talking about a free meal? So let's say you have a free meal. What do you choose? Do you choose whatever is the most expensive, even though you like something else better? Or how about the Chinese buffet? What do you get? It's one price. Do you want to eat those fried noodles? Or do you just want to eat that seafood, that shrimp, those mussels, layered with cheese and mayonnaise? I actually used to like them before, not so much anymore, you could tell. For example, let's say you're buying a car and you go to a dealer and you don't get treated very well. Do you decide all of a sudden, I'm not going to buy any car from this brand? They're just horrible. Really? Does one salesman at one dealership influence how the car is made, how it drives, how reliable it is? Of course, it's not relevant, right? But it's easy to say it's a matter of principle in that case. You see, in the first case, when it's just about money, price, what's more expensive, that's a little bit simpler, right, to get over, to get through to what you like, and to eat what you like. Just have to think about it a little bit more. But principles, wow, that gets into my heart. That gets into my feelings. That gets into my core being, my belief system. I'll never use that airline again after how they treated me. Well, let me tell you, I fly a lot. Sometimes maybe a few 100,000 miles a year. Frankly, the airline doesn't care about you. Doesn't care about me. If you're that important, you have a big following on Instagram or something, yeah, you could rate a fuss. Maybe, they'll get in contact with you. But there's a lot of customers before, at least not now. And secondly, the question is whether you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. Do you hurt them more than you hurt yourself? By choosing not to fly them, maybe they're the only one, say, on a certain route. And you're like, I could drive, it's only 10 hours. Do you hurt your knees? Do you get a clot during that drive? At least for me, driving a long distance is just not good. My knee was hurting for a few days after I drove. It was even hurting 2 days ago. And I drove, how many days ago? 4 days ago. 5 days ago. Or is it because they don't treat you well and thus you want to also treat them not well? Some people talk about food establishments and the employer's beliefs. In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A come to mind. My response, who cares? I mean, it's a lot more complicated than that. You want to treat people well? Well, did you ever consider that there could be some people in that minority group who work at these places? and you're going to hurt them by not going there to eat, if you hurt anybody at all, if you boycott them or get other people to join you. There's all the little people that you hurt. The big boss, the owner, you're not really going to do much to him. You can look at the pandemic. The billionaires are pretty much still billionaires. The CEOs still are making multi-million-dollar salaries. It's only the little people that get hurt. So my conclusion? Don't put as much stock into your principles when it's just about buying stuff. Because your principles are like a stick of dynamite. You light it and throw it at that enemy. Yeah, you wanted to hurt the main guy who's in charge, the owner, CEO, whatever. But he actually lives deep underground in a bunker. And your little stick of dynamite is not going to affect him. But the little people who are out sweeping the grounds, cooking, maybe doing some gardening, you're going to hurt them. Is that really what your principles are about?